My name's Deborah Money, and I'm an obstetrician gynecologist. I'm a physician here at BC Women's, and I also have the opportunity to run the Women's Health Research Institute, and I'm an active researcher in various women's health areas. So personalized medicine has been a really interesting phenomenon, and to be honest, as a physician, I always think it's a bit of a misnomer because we've been doing what we think is fairly personalized medicine for a long time. But the new aspect to personalized medicine is really the use of the study of genes and the study of the genetics of the person, the products of the cells, and the study also of the microorganisms and their genetic components associated with our bodies. So all of those studies have kind of come under the umbrella term of personalized medicine. So the work that I'm most involved with is the study of what's called the microbiome. So that term is really just to describe all of the microorganisms that are associated with our body. So basically it's us as human cells, and then we have 10 times that number of cells as mostly bacteria that live within us and on us. So we are actually a walking ecosystem. So we walk around with our own cells and all those other cells that share our ecosystem. So we have to think of ourselves as actually more complex than we thought of before. And the term microbiome refers not to those bugs that attack us from time to time, like the flu virus or other bacteria that cause disease, but essentially the good bugs that are part and parcel of our own makeup and help us with digestion, with defense against other infections and that sort of thing. So the piece of that I work on is actually the vaginal microbiome. So we have different areas in our body that have a mix of bacteria that are part and parcel of that ecosystem, and the vaginal microbiome is the area that I study. Well, I think we're beginning to understand how to profile a healthy microbiome in that area. And we've been doing studies of many healthy volunteers to understand what is the diversity in normal and healthy. And we find that there are particular bacteria that are the dominant supportive bacteria in that area. And we're also beginning to understand the mix of bacteria associated with certain imbalances, like bacterial vaginosis being one of those examples. So we're getting to the point fairly soon, we think, that we're going to be able to profile the ideal situation and then better understand when that's disrupted and start trialing new therapies. Well, what we hope, both in the area of the microbiome, but also in the other area of genomics in general, is that we'll be able to say in a health assessment, what's your genetic profile? How is that, going to map out for your future? What's your microbiome profile, and is that in an ideal state, or does it need adjustment? Examples in the general personalized medicine is starting to be used more and more in understanding with the use of medications. We want to be able to know, are you somebody who may have a higher likelihood of a side effect to a particular medication? Would another one work better for you? So much more individualized. And then in the area of cancer, we're really getting to the point where it's not going to be a person diagnosed with breast cancer or colon cancer or something else. It's going to be a particular mapping of that cancer and really understanding its particular behavior, and then therapy targeted to that, not just sort of broad-based treatments. So I think really in a few decades, we're going to be in a much more individualized profiling kind of world than the general population level sort of medicine that we've been doing to date.